Hello, welcome to my kitchen. If you would like to know how I got all of this for £63.50, you need to watch this. Now, I've been to the happiest place on earth. It's not Disneyland, not for me anyway. Nothing wrong with them, I'm sure they're fine. Rogers Wholesale Warehouse. They are a discount store. There's one near Manchester, which is the one that I went to, but they have a few dotted around the UK. And basically what it is a warehouse. It is literally an open warehouse with pallets and pallets and pallets of things stacked high that are either near their best before date, past their best before date, or seasonal items that aren't going to be sold for another year that are heavily discounted. Typically things are sold by the case, by the box, by all of this. And it's not a place that you would go for your weekly shop. It's not a place that you would go if you were very health conscious. It's not a place that you would go to if you were relying on it for something. This is somewhere that we go once every maybe 3 to 6 months, because it's a bit out of our way, we do have to drive, so we only go if we're in that area anyway. But also, it's for the treats, right? It's for your crisps, your soft drinks, your things that you wouldn't normally necessarily splurge on, but hey, if you can get enough to stock up, which clearly you can, then it's absolutely worth the effort and it's worth the savings, because I dread to think what this would have cost us if I'd paid full price. I'm going to start off with this little box that I've got here. How much did this cost? It was free, completely free. They very often have, by the exit, a couple of big pallets that say, help yourself free with any purchase. You could literally go in and buy one £2 case or something, because yes, some things are as cheap as that. And just help yourself, which is great. By the way, I'm Claire. Hi. If you're new, I'm all about feeding your family as best you can on a budget. Typically, I do try and do the whole homemade, ethically sourced, eco-friendly thing, but I am no saint. And sometimes you just need a packet of crisps. So strap in. Right, this was the free gift, not just this, an entire box of 6 of them. And it is Piccolo cooking rice pasta. It's gluten-free, which is good because I need gluten-free food. Technically speaking, this is baby food. It's for 6 months plus, so it's tiny little rice hoops. I no longer have babies. My youngest is 2, but I reckon the kids will still eat this. And I will still eat this. I'm quite happy to do that. And remember, best before dates are exactly that. They are not expiry dates. Best before dates are the point at which the manufacturer guarantees the food will be spot on before that date, and we reserve all rights beyond that. But look, pasta lasts forever in a day. I'm quite happy to eat it. If you're funny about best before dates, then you do you. This is my kitchen and I will do what I want. So this technically was at its best before last May, so a year ago. I will find something to do with this. I have friends who are equally as unfussy about best before dates as I am, so I might give some to them. I will make some for us. I can imagine actually making up some sort of homemade cup of soup in a jars. This probably worked really well because it cooks really quick, so I figure boiling water, let it sit for a bit, and might be okay. I'll try it and let you know. But we will use it. It will not go to waste. I'm really happy with that. 6 boxes of pasta. And gluten-free and free. Right, I'm going to turn you around. We're going to go through everything I've got. I'm going to put the prices of everything on screen because I cannot camera and look at a receipt at the same time. It's hard. So this is not quite everything, which you will see in a moment, but pretty much everything that I got, and £63 odd for all of this does not seem bad whatsoever. The first thing I picked up was these Red Bulls. And the reason I bought these was it turns out my husband, on days when he's doing very long shifts, has been picking one of these up at work for the price of £2.40 per can. I can't remember the total price of this, it'll be on screen, but I think I worked it out in the car on the way home as 41 pence a can. So that is a no-brainer. He can keep some in his locker at work, and there you have it. We're not spending a fortune on Red Bull. Biltong. I did actually get 2 of these, and I can remember the price. It was 2 packs for £4, which, to be honest, things like this are so expensive in supermarkets, I didn't mind. Why am I only holding 1 pack? Good question. I was hungry on the way home, as was Ed. It's really, really good. And the best before date on this is last July. I'm unbothered. Does Red Bull have best before dates? It feels like it would outlive the apocalypse. It would just be tomato plants, cockroaches, and Red Bull. Last June. I mean, let's be honest. It's not going to taste worse than it does already. Sorry, Red Bull. I love you, but, you know. Okay. Bliss low-calorie snacking. These aren't actually for me. My mum did stalk their Facebook page, which you should. And she asked me to grab a box of these for her. I might steal a box. Dark chocolate and coconut bars, gluten-free, less than 80 calories. Don't care about that. And okay, so December 24. That's not, well, it's 6 months ago, isn't it? I just really think very hard there about what year it is. You are not going back in that box, are you? Oh well, I'll have to keep that one. Sad times. Next on the gluten-free list, we have Mrs. Crimble's vegan coconut macaroons. These are insanely expensive in the shops. And were good until just February, so just a few months ago really. And it's a huge case of these, so you're not paying per packet, you're paying for the massive box. And really, for anyone who ever buys gluten-free or free from food, you know how much it would cost you to get that much, because it's what, 2 layers deep and properly stacked in there. So that is an absolute bargain as far as I'm concerned. Sticking with the Mrs. Crimble theme, the other ones, the ones I just showed you, were also my mum's order, but these, I'm going to give her some as well. But these are for me. So these are big chocolate coconut rings. They're the Lord of the Rings, according to our Jeffrey, which is ironic because that's my dad's name. Well, Jeffrey, let us know what you think. Again, there are several deep in there, so I'll be sharing the love with these ones, but my goodness, we all know what I'm doing. As soon as I'm finished filming, I'm just going to go to town on a box of those. Doom Bar alcohol-free beer. Ed is a big fan of an alcohol-free beer. He likes beer, but he doesn't always want to be drinking alcohol. Fair dues. These were, I think, about £6. It'll be on screen anyway. So, you know, fantastic. You really can't knock it. They're, how much are they normally? It's not far off the price of actual beer, I think. I forgot to tell you when the Mrs. Crimbles went out of date, allegedly. Oh, only April 25 was the best before, so that's not bad. Does beer have a best before? February 25. So none of this is far past, really. I did grab some decaf tea. Oh, Morrison's. Didn't spot it was Morrison's. Is that good? Bad? I don't know. I like a decaf tea of an evening and I go through it relatively quickly, but I probably have tea bags in my cupboard kicking about that are older than this regardless. So is it the freshest in the world? No. Doesn't matter. These, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I bought them because we've had them before. They were really good. We do go through an awful lot of mayonnaise. It's just something we use a lot of in our house. But also these jars are really good for canning. I've used them many times and it's all good. And actually, when you look at it, the best before date isn't until September of this year. So these are well in date. I have no idea why these are hanging out at Rogers. But I'm very glad that they were because I have them. Free from stuff again. Vegan tomato pesto. Not sure. They're just not using cheese in it, which is fair enough. So what I will do is, because it is such a big old tub, I mean, that's beefy, that one, isn't it? When I crack it open, I'll put the rest of it in portions in the freezer. And then that way I'm not wasting any. Because, I mean, that would be a lot to go through in a week or two, wouldn't it? And it was good until October of last year, I would imagine. It's probably still fine now. Common sense applies. You know, if you open anything and it smells off, it tastes off, it looks off, you don't get it. But I've never, ever, ever had anything from Rogers that has let me down at this point. You know, I don't buy spices in bulk. This is Madras curry powder mild. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these packets, I'm going to be sharing the love with neighbours, friends, my parents, etc., because that's a lot even for me to go through. But the best before was January of this year. Again, I probably have spices older than that in my cupboard without even intending it, so I'm unbothered about that. They're all sealed up, it's all good. I think that was an absolute bargain. These, again, not something I would normally buy in my typical weekly shop, but Ed, as I mentioned, sometimes has very long shifts. I think it's great for him to have things like this as an emergency ration in his locker. So I've got these kimchi pop noodle type things. The best before on them is not until this month, actually, so brilliant. We both love Korean food. I don't think these are gluten-free. They're going to have wheat noodles in, aren't they? Let's have a look. Yep, noodles, wheat flour. Never mind. He's got them to enjoy, and they will make sure that he doesn't end up hitting up the vending machines at work, hopefully. These were a bit of a treat for Ed. Again, good until February this year and beyond, indeed. Chippies, chip shop curry chips, crisps, depending on where you're from. Oh, let me get one out. They sound absolutely rancid to me, but Ed informs me that I am the best wife ever, and he's a very lucky man, so good for him. He's got a whole case of them. Can't remember how many's in there, but it's a whole box worth, so he's doing pretty well. Now onto some really good stuff. I obviously can't eat these, but Patak's naans. Yep, literally packets of naan breads. These do last a very long time. However, I have been caught short before by buying bread products that are in these sorts of packaging and they go past the best and they have gone mouldy in the bread bin. So I will put these in the freezer, get my words out, just to be sure. The girls love naan breads. Ed loves naan breads. I can't eat it, but it doesn't matter. And we are not short of naan bread. They are good for some time. So that'll be filling my freezer up, ironically, just as I'm trying to empty it to do the annual defrost. This box is open because the kids have already been at them, but they are more so for me. Pop chips, big family sharing bags of salt and vinegar, corn crisp things. They're really nice. We like them very much. Oh, what was the best by date on the naan? Let me just remind myself. You got a best by date? Oh, I don't know. The best before date on the naan, June of this year. So now, basically. Why wouldn't you buy boxes and boxes of those? If I had the freezer space, I would. Now let's tackle this bad boy. Old El Paso, what could be lurking in here? You just have to tackle that. Right. Behind curtain number one, we have masses, I tell you, of tortilla chips, fajita flavoured. We use tortilla chips a fair bit. We use them to make nachos, mostly is what we do. That is it's 12 packets, so it's probably a year's worth for me. I will try and make a point of using them up sooner, just because they were past their best before date at the tail end of last year. So I do want the quality does start to go down a wee bit as you pass the best before date. It does. There's no denying that. But honestly, the cost saving is absolutely offset. The fact that you're saving food waste from happening means an awful lot to me. So I will happily go through all of these. And let me just double check. Yep, gluten-free. Can't knock it. Sorry, that took a while because my back is terrible today. I'm on the struggle bus. I did get my obligatory load of tonic water. I like just drinking plain tonic water. This is Nextbar sugar-free tonic water, Tasmanian pepperberry and lemon. Very fancy. So I did buy that too. So, that hurt. So let me know if you think that this was worth it. I think it was absolutely worth it. I don't need to buy treats now for 6 months. Probably this will all last us at least that, some of it beyond. And it's worth it, definitely. So if you have a Rogers near you, I would check it out, definitely. If this is the sort of stuff that you buy on occasion, then it's definitely worth it. So anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and yeah, have a lovely day. I'm not sure about these. If you like coconut, then yeah, it's kind of like a grown-up coconut Milky Way, but more nougat-y. I kind of forgot I don't love coconut.